Welp, it's the month of February, and you all know what that means.
And the Oscar goes to...
Oh, not that superficial crap. Y'all know what real time it is.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm...
That's right, it's that time of the year where black people get to talk about our history and give appreciation for it without certain white people getting uppity about it, though they'll try. This is a good time of the year to talk about all the great things black people have managed to accomplish. But since this is an animation-based channel and I usually focus on the here and now rather than the old, I think it's only fitting that I talk about some new or at least current black animation stuff. So through all the month of February, this is Black Animation Appreciation Month.
black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, I'm blickety black, blacker than black.
And I'd like to kick things off with something I think would be perfect to talk about. That's black animation reviewers. Let's face it, black cartoon fans are pretty scarce amongst the cartoon community, so I think we should shed a little light on this dark spot in the community. That wasn't a jab at any of their complexions or race or anything. I was just trying to... You know what? Let's just get to it. And also links to all the channels and their social medias will be in the description. The first black reviewer to look at is Mars Reviews. I mean, you kind of gotta look at this channel considering he's the highest subscribed black cartoon reviewer. His way of reviewing things is a bit, familiar. Okay, fairly familiar, but definitely unique. While most cartoon reviewers and sometimes normal commentary channels have an avatar to represent them on screen, he chooses to be a disembodied voice talking over clips and making some pretty funny jokes.
Really? You're offering me membership?
No! I just wanted to get your hopes up, so that when I rejected you, it would be, oh, so much sweeter.
Look at his face! This freaking Melvin destroyed his whole entire world!
He has this thing for calling nerdy or weak characters Melvins. Rightfully so, you kinda get where he's coming from. Though little did we know that behind the mic he may be the true Melvin to rule them all. But I digress. He has a nice way of reviewing things. He even has a series of retrospects where he talks about TV networks that hosted animation series. He manages to go into great detail about those shows and even give proper insight into why and how the show got started and got canceled. It's definitely an interesting watch if you want to learn about the complete adult animation history of certain channels. His normal reviews are no exceptions either. He critiques shows in sort of a firm but fair way. If he thinks the show sucks, he'll be pretty honest.
Fox's very own Planet Sheen. Or I guess Planet Sheen in this case would be the Nickelodeon's Cleveland show. It doesn't fucking matter, the show sucks.
Okay, brutally honest, but still, when he genuinely enjoys something, even when it's in a so bad it's good sort of way, he gives it the props it deserves. A lot of his reviews are requests from patrons on Patreon, so if you want him to review a particular piece of animation just for $1, go there. Request him to do Boku no Pico, he'll absolutely love that. He hosts his own podcast with his friend Glenn Walker on his channel, so definitely check him out if you want a different kind of take on animation reviews and retrospects. A black animation reviewer that I more recently discovered but has been around for some time is Toonerific Tariq. He's been getting some good buzz for his recent How to Black video, which discusses the idea of writing black characters with well thought out details about the do's and don'ts of black representation, so I highly recommend it. He's also an animator and works on a web project called Power of K. It's a web series he makes with his friend, which you can check out as well.
You cannot be serious.
I don't think the rabies were necessary.
Kiki Katz, report to the main office immediately. Kiki Katz.
Oh, Kiki, what did you do now?
Your mom.
But that's not all he has to offer. He does reviews of old nostalgic and new properties and gives a fair assessment on them. His reviews are pretty funny in their execution. He even details what works about the series and what doesn't, so I say pop on over to his channel and you might find yourself fairly enlightened. The next black cartoon reviewer is Mr. Nostalgia.
That's a duck! That's a duck, man!
Yes, his avatar is a duck, but the real guy behind it is face and name withheld. I know you might be thinking that his avatar is that duck from Tom and Jerry. It's not, it's a character named Yacky Doodle. I forgot that existed too. Mr. Nostalgia does reviews of both old and new shows with a very special gimmick using the speech-to-talk tool on his computer, which kinda makes me question if he's actually black at all, or even human. God, I hope this is not the beginning of the robot uprising. I am not prepared for that. But I digress. I'm just gonna put my delusions in charge and say he's black, especially with the way he acts sometimes.
What's up, homies? It's ya homeboy Mr. Nostalgia here with another fire video.
His videos often gives a fair assessment of the shows he's reviewing. Plus, he might be the creator of the greatest diss track of all time.
I'm chillin', real nostalgia feelin', but can't act like he is not the villain. Still getting the cash dough like Savage gotta pay for his full house. Stay most sack at real fans, he lots of those. Why though? Who knows bro? He's deep in some trouble, in more jam than my toe. He honestly is below. He thinking that he winning though. You say you made our childhood. Did you really though? Did you really though, homie?
You can't say that's not fire. Eat your heart out, no Vaseline. Get bent, kill shot. But more importantly, he genuinely tells you what he feels works about the show and what doesn't work.
Blossom, voiced by Caps-Madvillain, is the leader of the group. She's bossy, bold, and by far the most boring out of the three girls. There's nothing special about Blossom's character. She's pretty bland. Despite being basically the main character of the show, she's easily one of, if not the most boring character of the show. But the show is fortunate that the other two girls pick up the slack character-wise.
So go give him a watch when you can. Now there's a black animation reviewer who I would call the little brother of the black animation reviewers, mainly because he's the youngest, and that would be Veritas Joe. He often makes videos that review newer cartoons or addresses certain things going on in the animation community, or even the gaming community.
None of this feels sincere. I definitely hate it when creators later on are like, they were gay all along, because it just feels like corporate shilling and nothing else. Like I said in my LGBTQ representation video, I know that you don't need a reason to be gay, but if your reason to be gay is to stir up controversy and bring light into your game, why the fuck are you doing it? Him being gay doesn't do shit except for justify all the gay fan art that's been created.
Though he does take things a little far when he does self-deprecation.
People ask me every year, every January and December, what are my New Year's resolutions? You know, what am I gonna do this year? What am I setting my goal to be? And you know what I say? Nothing. Because the year isn't promised to me. For all I know, I could be dead by tomorrow. I certainly hope so.
Jesus, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you, man. But anyway, he puts a cool spin on his way of going about reviewing things, like talking about the network if he feels it's screwing up air times for shows.
I need to get some of the DVD box sets though, because Cartoon Network's dumb ass schedulers haven't aired a single episode of regular show yet, and it's really frustrating. I mean, as I've said, I'm not turning a review into an analysis video, but it just kind of bugs me that Cartoon Network hasn't aired a single episode of regular show after the finale. I mean, there is such a thing as reruns. Those do exist. Oh well, another day, another analysis video.
You should definitely give him a watch. He has a nice style to his videos. It's very kind of eerie and just has a nice feel to it. Another black reviewer you should check out is Review Your Life, hosted by D-Dubman. He often reviews a lot of different things than most. Sometimes you'll get reviews of old animated properties, or you'll get reviews of some cartoon-based games like Fusion Fall. He's even gone as far as to review live action shows like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and That's So Raven, and his most recent review was for the movie Dope. He also has a certain affinity for anthropomorphic characters.
This blue cat thing is the embodiment of a mother in every way. Caring, nagging, and wanting the best for her kids. And that's sexy in every way. Also, look at that ass bump.
I've had my encounters with him before with his Steven Universe vs. Naruto video. Both me, Mars, and Veritas Joe absolutely destroyed him at that. Go check out the bloodshed. It's just absolutely glorious. And a Christmas video on my channel, but I digress. He has a fun way of reviewing content. He manages to give proper details about the show or movies he's reviewing and holds your interest very well by cracking some well-executed jokes.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
No, nigga!
How about 2 Scooby snacks?
Oh, yes, Daddy!
His videos have a nice structure that gives the background on the media and insight on how he perceived it. He shows a major care for the subject of his video and won't leave you short on feeling entertained by his genuine opinions. Except for his opinions on Steven Universe and Naruto, it's a fact of life, you just need to accept it, that's just how it is. Now you might be thinking the black cartoon reviewer community looks like a total sausage fest, and what I have to say to that is, you're right, and that's a shame and it really needs to change, and we in the community need to do better. We need to show more appreciation for black sisters and be more inclusive. But fear not, for there is an up-and-coming black female cartoon reviewer named Black Geeky Girl. She's fairly new to the scene with only a few videos videos under her belt, but what she puts into them is a nice bit of charm, particularly from her personality.
I swear to God, if they made Rufus a CGI abomination, somebody gonna get hurt.
And, a certain type of attraction for anthropomorphic characters.
Fly, aka my husband.
I'm a furry!
She's not only an up-and-coming YouTuber, but she also draws. She has a whole collection of artwork based around properties, including her OC. She does a lot of fan art for Cuphead, which is always nice. You can find her artwork on her Twitter and her Tumblr. So I say go to her channel and show her some support. It's not often you get a lot of female black geeks, so you should show love to them when you can. Just don't show them love as some of you do when it comes to females.
Ew!
And that's the end of this video. Next time I'll be tackling the deep oppression that our people have been facing for centuries and igniting the Black Revolution to take back what is rightfully ours. Nah, I'm just messing with you. Or am I? That's just a thought. Or is it?